Pedro Pascal, he/him. Now, we've had our run-ins with Pedro Pascal before. Pedro Pascal's watched videos from this channel. Pedro Pascal has retweeted Geeks and Gamers before, trying to throw shade when, he decided to compare Trump supporters to Nazis. Now, I was told that that's not something that's okay, that's not something you can do at Disney Star Wars, otherwise you get fired. If you compare anything to potential things that may have happened in Europe in the 30s and 40s, that's an automatic boom. You're gone. You deserve to be gone. I guess it's only if you're of a certain political persuasion. Because if you're Pedro Pascal, you can make Nazi comparisons all the time. If you're Pedro Pascal and you work for Disney, you work for Star Wars, you work for The Mandalorian, you can do things like this. You can praise pedophiles. You can defame 18-year-olds who were just found innocent, who were just acquitted of murder. And if you paid any attention at all to the case, you would realize that was exactly the right decision. There is no reasonable human being that could say that Kyle Rittenhouse was not adequately using his right to self-defense. You just can't do it. But he decides to say this: Joseph Rosenbaum, 36, and Anthony Huber, 27, murdered. August 25th, 2020. Rest in peace. I see Minority Home right there. Rest in peace to all the people that are killed by BLM and Antifa that the media doesn't talk about. How is this going, do you think, for Pedro? Do you think is it going good? Let's check that motherfucking ratio. 10,500 likes to 19,000 comments. Pedro Pascal is getting fucking destroyed for this, and rightly so. Why is Hollywood so insistent? Just simply because of the color of Kyle Rittenhouse's skin. Because Kyle Rittenhouse has white skin, they have decided they're going to make him the villain, that they're going to crucify him, that they're going to try to destroy him. And Pedro Pascal, working for Disney, is evidently okay with honoring and supporting and defending a convicted child rapist. Let's look through some of these comments. Viva Frey. This is a great one from Viva Frey right here. Rosenbaum anally raped children, literally 9 to 11-year-olds. You are glorifying a child rapist. That's not a lie. That's exactly what happened. Joseph Rosenbaum dated single mothers so he could have access to their children. That's the type of person he is. Someone said in the chat, isn't Kyle Rittenhouse Hispanic? Yeah, he is. I think on his mother's side, he is Hispanic. But let's be real. People hate him because he is white. They hate him because of the color of his skin. That's why people in Hollywood are so furiously trying to demonize this guy, even after all of this. Data Racer follows up. Rosenbaum was a convicted pedophile who raped 5 little boys aged 9 to 11. Huber is a multiple felon who viciously beat his pregnant girlfriend and also held his grandmother at knife point and his brother at knife point. Do you support pedos? Do you support violent misogynists, bestie? Look at the charges for these people. Look at the laundry list of charges. Yet people like Pedro Pascal are supporting him. Disney, where are you at? I'm really wondering right now, where is Disney at? I talked about what we see trending right now. That can't be a good look. If we look under, I bet we could go right now. Let's just look at what people are saying about Pedro Pascal. Just in case Pedro Pascal tries to delete. Sebastian Gorka, dumb actors sad that a serial child rapist and convicted domestic abuser are dead. You're a cretin. The Gay Republican. Hey, at Disney, here's another post filled with some fine Disney magic, lovingly talking about rapists and women beaters and falsely claiming they were murdered. Either fire Pedro or bring back Gina Carano and apologize to her. The boycott continues. Well, unfortunately for the Gay Republican, the boycott is not continued by a lot of people. A lot of people get wrapped up in Star Wars and the dangling keys, and they let certain people who are lying to them about rumors, they let certain people give them false hope. So maybe this will bring some people, crashing back to reality, but I doubt it. There are many pedos in Hollywood. Pedro Pascal and Mark Ruffalo support a child rapist. Makes you wonder. Will pro-pedo Pedro Pascal face any of this so-called consequence culture from the quartering? No, of course not. And just to be very frank with all of you, because I know what a lot of people are going to do. I know what a lot of people are going to say. Ryan, you didn't think that Gina Carano should be canceled. Now you're participating in cancel culture. No, I think Pedro Pascal should be able to do whatever he wants. I think he should be able to say whatever he wants, put whatever kind of dumb shit out there that he wants. I think that that's fine because it gives me something to laugh at. It exposes who these people truly are. What I want is true equality. What I want is for Disney and Lucasfilm, if they're not going to do anything for people like this, that compare Trump supporters to Nazis, that celebrate pedophiles who tried to murder Kyle Rittenhouse, I want the equal treatment for anyone on the conservative side. Gina Carano did nothing wrong at all in any way, shape, or form, but she had the wrong politics. So she gets canceled, she gets fired, and she gets defamed on her way out. I mean, they slandered her. They said that's abhorrent. You don't think that this is abhorrent from Pedro Pascal? He is getting rightfully destroyed by everyone, ratioed by everyone for this dog shit take. Do you think he's actually in any danger for Star Wars, for Lucasfilm? Do you actually think he'll get fired? No, of course not. Of course not. Even though when you look at, let's go through the Mandalorian trend, shall we? Let's go for The Mandalorian. Wait, I thought people were joking. Both The Mandalorian and The Hulk are mourning the death of a child rapist. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is not the way. Again, Sebastian Gorka right here. Is being sad that a child molester was killed the Mandalorian way? Also, you know, I think we should check something. Listen, Baby Yoda, they say he's 50 years old. Maybe the reason Pedro Pascal felt so attached to him is because he doesn't look 50 years old, does he? I don't know. Did anyone ever ask that question? Did anyone ask? I'm very, very curious. Pedro Pascal's not the only person we're going to talk about like this. He's not the only one in Hollywood that is supporting a pedo. But it's definitely interesting, the comparisons you can make between this and the case of Gina Carano when she was immediately fired for having the wrong politics. I guess you can only assume that someone like Pedro Pascal, this is the right kind of politics. This is what Disney wants representing them. Disney's okay with this. They accept it. They're totally down with it. That's the only reasonable conclusion that people can come to. I'm not calling for Pedro Pascal to be fired. I don't give a fuck about Disney Star Wars. I think The Mandalorian is overrated dog shit, if I'm being really honest with you. But it clearly shows you the double standard that they have for someone like Gina Carano, who said nothing wrong, versus Pedro Pascal, who continues to say things like this with absolutely no repercussions whatsoever. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.